What's up guys, and welcome to the very first episode of this channel. Today we're going to be unveiling the next build, so if you like Subarus, stay tuned. This is my year 2000 Subaru Impreza 2.0 GT, which sounds like a lot, but it's just a fancy name for an RS. The only difference with an RS or a USDM RS is that this is a 2.0 turbo engine, whereas in the US I think you only got the 2.5 NAs. Correct me if I'm wrong. But what makes this car special over here is that it's actually an RS. As you can see over here, and in the front it's got the 216 out of 325 serial number, and that's because the RS over here were limited editions. They came with the gold alloy wheels, and if you look inside, it's got the 3-gauge pod from factory with boost, temperature, and some kind of pressure. I'm assuming that's fuel, or I don't know what it could be. Anyways, that's the car, and unfortunately this one isn't in great shape. It's got a bunch of rust underneath, and it's got some pretty big dents, especially over here. Paint is cracked, that's faded. It's got a hole in the gas tank, so that's kind of annoying. Whenever I go fill it up, it just leaks half of it on the streets, and if I corner hard, it's just gonna leak again, and it smells like gas inside. It's not the greatest, but for now it works. It also has something weird over here. This door I think has been replaced because it doesn't have the same markings going all the way. It's kind of a different color as well. This mirror isn't blue, and it closes and opens kind of roughly. It's not the smoothest. And also, if you look over here, this hood kind of goes up and down. It doesn't latch all the way down. It's kind of hard to show with one hand, but seems like it could have been in a wreck on this side. Not sure. I guess I'll have to check later. And it also has this, I think it's a version 6, maybe 5 wing on it, which I kind of do like, but I prefer the 22B style, so I might not be keeping this. And as many of you know, a lot of people STI swap these cars, which I've always wanted to do. I've been a fan of these classic models, and I've always wanted to swap one. Just never had the time, the resources, or the place to do it. So now that I finally have those things, I looked into it, I got a car, and then I saw the price of importing a JDM engine, merging it to that wiring, and doing everything to fit a JDM engine into this, and it was way too much. So I came up with an idea. This is my idea. It's a 2007 STI Limited, which over here is much less than an entire swap on eBay or anywhere else. So as I just said, this is a 2007 STI, which means that it comes with a 2.5 liter turbo engine, which has a VF39 turbo, I believe, and it comes with STI Brembo brakes and pretty much everything you'd expect from an STI, right? So that's great, because instead of going out and sourcing different components, and alone the brakes are like $1,000, but still everything would be so much more expensive than buying it all at once into a package that I know is complete and I know it works, right? So all I have to do now is take all that stuff and put it into there. So today, for the rest of the video, I'm just going to be working on the STI and removing as much stuff as I can, trying to make room for the engine and the transmission to come out through the bottom of the car. So let me show you a little bit. This is the current state, it's full stock, and I'm just going to be removing some plastic over here, the battery, draining the coolant, yeah, hopefully, you know, disconnecting the harness down there somewhere, intercooler, fuel lines, all that stuff, and should be ready to pull out within a few days. Hopefully tomorrow I can finish it up to where the next day I can pull the engine and the transmission together. But anyways, I'll show you guys in the next one how that goes. So here's the current state of the car. I've removed the intercooler, the battery, some plastic covers, all the intake. It freed up a lot of room. And next is going to be removing the bumper, the wheels, and the radiator, which I need to drain still. Haven't done it. Then I might tackle the exhaust. Or I could do the AC compressor. That thing's attached over here, so yeah, I think I might do the AC, put it over there. I've got some great rust remover right here. So I might soak the exhaust bolts into this, and while it's working, I'll be removing the AC pump. But other than that, it's working, like it's moving along pretty good. I'm actually, pro tip, if you're removing a lot of bolts like this and you don't want to lose them, I suggest you get some plastic bags like this and a Sharpie. And every time you remove bolts from a specific part, you just put them in a bag, label it, and that way you don't lose any bolts, and you know exactly where they go once all that stuff goes back on the car. That's one thing, and yeah, so now I'll just keep working and back to the time lapse. I think I just forgot to record me making a mess. So I'm draining the coolant right now, but as you can probably tell, I made a mess because that hose up there that's currently draining was so stuck on the engine that when I went to pull it out, it actually exploded on me. So that's the result. Yep. But the rest is looking good. I got both caps open to let the coolant drain. And pretty much once that's done, then I can go ahead and remove the radiator right there and the bumper, get all that stuff out of the way. And while I'm waiting, I was checking out the brakes. They actually don't look too bad considering the rest of the car, but I mean, the rotor is a toast, that's for sure. The actual calipers, they're fine, no big deal. Yep, just gonna replace the pads someday. Suspension looks okay. Pretty much everything else is good. I think I did notice a very small leak coming from the power steering pressure line, which is right here. But other than that, the rest of the engine looks good. There's no leak on the valve covers. Head gaskets are good, so it's gonna be good. Okay, so here's the current state. So we got the radiator out, all that stuff over here. This side needs a little more work. I mean, the Alternator is out, the AC is pretty much loose and ready to go. But this side needs some more work. That's all the fuel lines that need to be disconnected. There's a lot more wiring down there. And in the back, we got some heater hoses and, well, the pitch stop mount, all that good stuff. That all has to go. And then once that's done, I'll probably jump underneath the car. It's kind of hard to see, but there's gonna be plenty of work to do on the transmission as well before that can be dropped. And that's gonna be hopefully in the next video, and if not, the one after that. Once that's done, we can finally drop the engine and the transmission together from underneath the car. And that's gonna be a huge milestone. Once that's out, then it's all pretty much just unbolting, you know, just the knuckles, whatever, all that stuff, and the interior as well, the wiring. I'm gonna have to transfer everything to the new car. But yeah, I might get a friend to help me on this. Anyways, for now, that's it. As always, guys, if you liked it, give it a big thumbs up. If you did not, you can let me know in the comments below. I will read those and I will do my best to improve it for next time. If you like the content, if you want to see more, make sure you subscribe. I will keep the videos coming every 2 days. So that's about it for me, and thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.